Right. So welcome back to the Diploma of Human Resource Management, which is conducted by LPEC, Lanka Professional Education Center, and YOLA Batch 12, English Medium, right? So, right. So we are discussing the recruitment and selection process, right? Recruitment and selection process right now. Right, so we are discussing on the recruitment process. Right, so far, let me remind you what is the recruitment process. Right, here we go. Starting from recruitment planning. So under recruitment planning, we were discussing about the identifying the vacancy, and we need to do the job analysis. Job analysis in the sense preparation of the job description and the job specification, right? So those things comes under recruitment planning. Then we have recruitment strategy. What is the strategy that we are going to see, or what is the strategy that we are going to implement on this recruitment, right? So what is the area, what sorts of things, what is the type of recruitment? Likewise, we need to implement a strategy. Once we have implemented the strategy, then we need to see the sources of recruitment, right? Whether it is the internal or external, right? So these internal or external of sources of recruitment, we have already discussed under what you call this internal attraction and the external attraction, right? I hope you all can remember that, right? Then we have the screening and the shortlisting. That is the last step that we have discussed on the last class, right? So under that, we reviewed the applications, then we conduct the telephone interviews and identify the start the candidate, right? So there, I hope you all can remember on this video, right? So if you want to get an idea on the telephone interview, we will now watch that video once again.
Telephonic or video interview. In this lesson, the learner will be able to understand what is an interview, telephone or video interview, types of telephone interviews, remembering interview goals, reviewing CV, having successful in telephonic interview. What is an interview? In an employment context, job interview describes a formal interaction, thereby you are showcasing your skills and knowledge to your interviewer to prove that you are the fittest of the applicants for the position or job you applied. Hello, good morning. I am Shweta, HR Manager calling from Zeal Private Limited, Bengaluru. Am I talking to Mr. Sam Daniel?
Yeah, Ms. Shweta. Happy morning.
We had received your resume and gone through your profile. It seems very nice. Can I have interactions for a few minutes with you?
Yes, Ms. Shweta.
Can you tell us something about yourself? Okay, fine. What do you know about us?
I see that your company does a lot of projects, which is quite interesting.
Can you tell us something about your previous boss?
All my bosses possessed some skills worth learning. I have always tried to learn something new from them, including my previous boss.
Assuming that you're selected, what will be your strategy for next 60 days?
If I am selected for this position, I'll use my role carefully in terms of increasing the overall profitability.
How would you improve upon our product or company?
Having worked closely with product development team, I understand how the research for product development is carried out.
Don't you think you are overqualified for this position?
Basically, the learning process continues, and I don't think I'm overqualified.
Is there anything that you do not like about your last or current job?
The number of challenges and opportunity to grow further started diminishing.
Will you be okay in taking a salary cut?
I believe that at one point of time in career, self-actualization become more important.
Why do you want to leave your present job?
I think I want to grow further and I believe that is possible with a new employer.
What do you do to improve your knowledge?
It is extremely important to keep abreast with the new technological developments, and this needs me to take some time out of my work schedule so that I can keep sharpening my sword.
Tell us some of your strengths.
Team management skills, problem solving, and communication.
Tell us some of your weaknesses and how do you plan to overcome it?
I am always willing to take up additional responsibilities, but I end up being overworked. So now I'm realistic about what I can do so that I do work to the required standards.
How do you rate your communication skills?
In the scale of 1 to 10, it is 9.
How would you compensate for the lack of experience you have for this position?
I have the ability to understand and pick up new things quickly.
What is your style of management?
Situational leadership,
Is there any particular kind of person you cannot work with?
no.
What qualities would you look for in your seniors?
Intelligence with sense of humor, etc.
What motivates you at work?
New challenges,
What position would you prefer while working on a project?
middle level management.
Why should we hire you?
I will always be willing to share responsibilities to suit the requirements.
What is your idea of an ideal company?
Maximum opportunities for growth of employees.
Why do you want to work for us?
It is an opportunity to enhance my knowledge and help the organization as well to grow professionally.
Are you willing to relocate?
Yes,
What is your current CTC and what are your expectations?
my current CTC is 5 lakh per annum and my expectation which match my self-actualization.
Are you planning to go for further studies?
Yes,
Tell us something about your hobbies.
surfing, blogging, listening to music, reading newspapers and books, and watching movies.
For how long do you expect to stay with our organization?
I will stay here as far as I see an opportunity for growth and stability in workplace.
What is more important to you, money or success?
I would choose success. The reason being, if one is successful, money often follows and you need not focus on money over success.
Do you have any questions for us?
Yes, whether the company allows for lateral and vertical role changes, whether the company has plans for expansion. Okay, fine.
Okay, Mr. Sam Daniel, thank you for attending the interview. We will let you know the updates at the earliest. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shweta.
Telephonic or video interview. With increased globalization, teams today are dispersed around the world. It is increasingly common for leaders in country to have team members in another country. Selection interviews in such cases happen across the globe through teleconference or sometimes over video conference. This not only reduces the cost of travel and related logistics for the employer, but it is also faster and more efficient. Such interviews are often scheduled as a multi-step process. A telephonic screen test, that is, where a large number of candidates are spread across multiple countries or cities. A selection interview over phone or video, that is, where a select set of shortlisted candidates are spread across a few locations. Telephone interviews can be of two types: automated, non automated. In automated telephone interviews, you have to answer a fixed sequence of questions. This process is used during calls intended for initial screening or reference checks. In non-automated telephonic or video interviews, which are far more common, you discuss various aspects carefully with the interviewer who is sitting at the other end of the phone or the video conference setup. This is usually less formatted and more free-flowing. Here, it is all up to you to present yourself appropriately during the call. You naturally need to be conscious of the three C's: calm, careful, and confident. Now, let us understand the points to be remembered for preparing for an interview. They are: define role, identify goals, prepare a list of questions, review CV, other arrangements. Now, let us understand the goals to be remembered before attending an interview. The interviewer will be intended to assess knowledge, skills, abilities, to evaluate job fit vis-a-vis the role, to hire the best candidate for the job. The interviewee has to focus on the following goals: to fully understand the job, to match skills and experience to the job, to demonstrate the best fit, review your CV, confirm experience match, number of years, relevant industries, relevant job functions, degrees and education, identify track record of results, number of types of jobs, key accomplishments, confirm relevant domain knowledge, confirm relevant technical capabilities, specific technology skills, technology project experiences. Let us understand successful telephonic interview. Never jump to take an unexpected or unplanned call. Keep your resume handy. Rehearse answers related to your accomplishments. Keep your research material ready to act as reference point. Stay ready to take notes. Keep yourself calm in body and mind. Make sure you need no break during the call. Turn off call waiting on your phone. Turn off your stereo, TV, and any other possible interruption. Have a glass of water handy. Warm up your voice while waiting for the call. Listening skill is a crucial component during the interview process. Comprehend the questions well and give to the point answers. Avoid talking in between and let the recruiter complete his thought or question before you speak. It is important to speak at a slow pace and be clear so that the interviewer can understand what you're saying. Do not use unprofessional language and sound courteous and polite. Thank the interviewer once the interview process is complete. Finally, be ready with the answers to the basic questions and rehearse them in front of the mirror to gain confidence. Let us recall what we have learned so far. What is an interview? Telephone or video interview. Types of telephone interviews. Remembering interview goals. Reviewing CV. Having successful in telephonic interview. Telephonic.
Right. So I hope you all have gained a lot more additional information on that other than the video interview or a telephone interview. What are the things that you should do when there is a telephone interview is happening to you, right? So that is the fourth step under recruitment process. The last step of the recruitment process is the evaluation and control. So on the evaluation and control, what we are doing is we need to evaluate and see whether the strategies that we have taken is correct, whether it's successful, the effectiveness, efficiency, right? So if we have, let's say for an example, uh, we have put in a paper advertisement to get a, let's say, HR executive, but unfortunately we have not received a good applicants or good seats. So in a situation like that, we need to evaluate the source of recruitment, which is the paper advertisement, is a successful method or not, right? So in a situation like that, we need to, when we are doing the recruitment process, once again, we need to switch that method maybe into, let's say, refer with the HR institutes, or maybe try with the e-recruitment, maybe try with the website, likewise. Right? So that is most important to effective the measure, evaluate the measurement or effectiveness of the recruitment strategies or the methods that we have already taken. Right? So that is the last step of the recruitment process. Right? So we will write the note on that, please. Topic: evaluation and control. Evaluation and control. Under that, evaluation and control are the evaluation and control are the last stage in the process of recruitment. Recruitment. In this step, the effectiveness and the validity in this step, the effectiveness and the validity and the validity of the process and methods are of the process and methods are assessed. A double S E double S E D. Recruitment is a costly process Recruitment is a costly process. Hence, hence, it is important it is important that the performance of the recruitment process that the performance of the recruitment process hence that is it is important that the performance of the recruitment process is thoroughly evaluated is thoroughly evaluated is thoroughly evaluated. The cost incurred the cost incurred in the recruitment process in the recruitment process in the recruitment process are to be evaluated are to be evaluated are to be evaluated and controlled effectively. are to be evaluated and controlled effectively. These include the following. These include the following. Under that, first bullet point, advertisement cost, advertisement cost. Next one, administrative expenses, administrative expenses, and recruitment overheads. Next paragraph. Finally, finally, the question that is to be asked is, the question that is to be asked is whether the recruitment methods whether the recruitment methods whether the recruitment methods used are used are valid or not. Valid or not. Statistical information statistical information on the cost on the cost incurred for the process of recruitment incurred for the process of recruitment should be effective. Should be effective. Right? Right. So that is the evaluation and control, right? So we have completed the recruitment process, right? So now we will watch a video which comes the basic stuff of the recruitment process, right? So you can review whatever you have learned so far through this video. Let's watch this.
Hey learners, welcome back to my another video. Today we are going to understand what is recruitment and what are its processes. So let's start today's video. Recruitment. The process of finding and hiring the best qualified candidate, either from within the organization or outside an organization, for a job opening is called recruitment. The recruitment process includes analyzing the requirements of a job, attracting employees to that job, screening and selecting applicants who apply for the job, then hiring and integrating the new employee to the organization. Recruitment is a positive process of searching for prospective employees and stimulating them to apply for the jobs in the organization. When more persons apply for the jobs, then there will be a scope of recruiting better persons. Recruitment acts as a bridge or linkage between those who have jobs to offer and those who are seeking jobs. In simple words, we can say the term recruitment refers to discovering the sources from where potential employers may be selected. So here we have seen the term recruitment. Now we will see different definitions for recruitment given by authors. According to author Edwin B. Flippo, it is the process of searching for prospective employers and stimulating and encouraging them to apply for jobs in an organization. According to author Del S. Beach, it is the development and maintenance of adequate manpower resources. According to Dalton E. McFarland, recruitment is the process of attracting potential employers to the company. So here, from the above definition, we can easily conclude authors wants to point out that under recruitment of employees, first of all, sources of prospective employees are located from where the employees can be made available, and an effort is made to approach willingly persons who can join the organization. After seeing author's definition for recruitment, now we will understand what are the stages involved in recruitment process. When we speak of recruitment process, we immediately think of activities such as the analysis of requirements of a specific job, attracting candidates to apply for that job, screening the applicants and selecting among them, hiring the chosen candidates to become new employee of the organization, and integrating them into the structure so that they can fill the vacant position and start doing the work within the organization. The process of recruitment undergoes through 5 interrelated steps in order to find potential candidate. What are those steps? First, creating a recruitment plan. Second, strategy development. Third, talent search. Fourth, screening and shortlisting. Fifth, evaluation and offer of employment. Now let us see all these steps in detail. Step 1. Creating a recruitment plan. The first step involved in recruitment process is planning. Here, planning involves drafting a comprehensive job specification for the vacant position, where we outline its major and minor responsibilities, skills which that position require, experience and qualification that position needed. All these are noted down. Grade and level of pay given to that employee, when the starting date should be, whether that position is temporary or permanent. All these details are planned and noted down. Step 2, strategy development. Once it is known how many with what qualification of candidates are required, the next step involved in this regard is to devise a suitable strategy for recruiting the candidates in the organization. In this step, different issues are considered, like whether the hiring should be from within the organization or the hiring should be from outside, what type of recruitment method to be used, what geographical area can be considered for searching the candidates, which source of recruitment to be practiced, and what sequences of activities to be followed in recruiting candidates in the organization. Step 3, talent search. This step involves attracting job seekers to the organization. There are broadly 2 sources used to attract candidates. What are they? First, internal source, and second, external sources. Internal sources include promotions, transfer, former employees, internal advertisement or job posting, employee referrals, previous applicants, etc. Whereas external sources include direct recruitment, employment exchanges, employment agencies, advertisement, professional associations, campus recruitment, word of mouth. Fourth step in recruitment process is screening or shortlisting. Conducting a telephonic or video interview is the second step of screening candidates. In this process, after the resume are screened, the candidates are contacted through phone or video by the hiring manager. The screening process has two outcomes. First, it helps in verifying the candidates whether they are active and available. Second, it also helps in giving a quick insight about the candidate's attitude, ability to answer interview questions, and communication skill. And the last step involved in screening or shortlisting is identifying the top candidates. Identifying the top candidates is the final step of screening the resumes or candidates. In this process, the cream or top layer of resumes are shortlisted, which makes it easy for the hiring manager to take a decision. This process has the following three outcomes. First, shortlisting 5 to 10 resumes for review by the hiring manager. Second, providing insights and recommendation to hiring manager. Third, it helps the hiring manager to take a decision in hiring the right candidate. And last, we have evaluation and offer of employment. Even after selecting the final candidates who might be the right fit for your organization, you can't be sure that they will accept the offer of employment that you make to them. However, before you can make an offer, it is important to evaluate the credibility of your chosen candidates. Before drafting a contract, make sure that candidates' professional references are credible and that the information they have provided in their resume checks out. When drafting a contract and offer letter, it is important to include the details such as work hours, compensation given to them, work conditions, and salary. Ensures that the details are clear and specific so that in future Any conflict or any misunderstanding won't arise. So these were the steps involved in recruitment process. So here we have completed today's video. I hope you liked the video. If yes, then don't forget to give a thumb up and subscribe my channel if you want to get notified with some more interesting topic. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you.
Right. So I hope you got a complete set of knowledge on the recruitment process as the video. So it contains some additional information as well, right? But it doesn't matter. I have covered the syllabus according to your whatever the areas that you need to be covered. But if you are so interested, you can put the recording once again and get the video, and then you can copy the whatever the information you want. That's up to you to decide, right? So now we are going to do with the second part of the module, which is the recruitment process. Sorry, recruitment interview, right? So once we have received the candidates or applications, once we have shortlisted or screened, then what we have to do is start the interview. So what do you mean by a recruitment interview? I know by the word, when you hear the word recruitment, you all know what it is, right? What the interview is. So mainly interview is with two parties. One person is applying the job and the other person who is hiring for the job, right? So organization versus the candidate. So that is a private meeting conversation, some sort of exchanging their ideas, answering questions, and sort of a communication between two or more people, right? So that is what we call a recruitment interview. So when we are learning so far, we when we are conducting an interview, what are the things that we need to see, right? So before we move on to that, we'll write an introduction part of this interview. So write the topic as recruitment interviews. recruitment interviews. Under that, first bullet point, an interview is a an interview is a an interview is a purposeful exchange of ideas purposeful exchange of ideas exchange of ideas, comma, comma, the answering of questions, the answering of questions, and communication between the answering of questions and communication between two or more people. Two or more people. Second bullet point, generally, 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 an interview is a process of generally, an interview is a process of private meeting conversation private meeting conversation private meeting conversation between people between people comma where questions are asked where questions are asked and answered. Questions are asked and answered for obtaining information for obtaining information about qualities, comma, attitudes, about qualities, attitudes, etc. Attitudes, comma, prospects, etc. Third bullet point. An interview refers to a conversation An interview refers to a conversation with one or more person with one or more person acting as the role of an interviewer acting as the role of an interviewer interviewer who asks questions who ask questions ask questions and the person who answers the questions and the person who answers the question question answers the questions acts as the role of an interviewee acts as the role of an interviewee acts as the role of an interviewee. Next point. The primary purpose of an interview. The primary purpose of an interview the primary purpose of an interview is to transfer information is to transfer information information from interviewee to interviewer from interviewee to interviewer. Next one. However, interviews have some, however, interviews have some basic objects, basic objects, basic objects, objectives, basic objectives, which are as follows, which are as follows. Under that first point, so now we are going to talk about the objectives, right? Through interviews, through interviews, recruiters can verify recruiters can verify the information obtained information obtained through application forms through application forms and tests obtained through application forms and tests. Second objective, recruiters can obtain Recruiters can obtain additional information about the candidates about the candidates. Recruiters can obtain additional information about the candidates which are not mentioned which are not mentioned which are not mentioned in the application forms or resumes. Application forms or resumes. Third objective, interviews provide interviews provides an applicant the information and the necessary facts about the job and the organization. About the job and the organization. Last one, last objective. Interviews establish interviews established a mutual understanding A mutual understanding mutual understanding between the applicant or candidate, between the applicant interview establish a mutual understanding between the applicant and the organization. Between the applicant and the organization. Right, so that is the introduction for interviews. Right. So how to interview, how to conduct an interview. So if you are from the organization's point of view, which is the interviewer, you should follow these 5 P's if you are planning to do an interview, right? We'll see what are those. First one, you need to prepare. You need to prepare for the interview. And you need to know what is the purpose of this interview. Why I'm conducting this interview, right? And the performance of the interview. So performance interview, how's the candidate's attitude, skills, knowledge, all these things as a or from the organization, you need to have an idea. ඉන්ටර්විව් එකට එන එක්කෙනාගේ කුසලතා දක්ෂතා මොනවද කියලා අදහසක් ඔයාට තියෙන්න ඕනේ. If you don't have such knowledge about those, you can't conduct an interview, performance of the interview. Then we have the people skills. So people skills in the sense, not the CV carries every information. As from the interviewer, you should be able to get information from the candidate. Right? Candidate ගෙන් information ගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ. මොකද හැමදේම CVs වල තියෙන්නේ නැහැ. So that is what we call as the people skill. Then we have the process. So we need to be aware of the process. First, how we are going to start. Is it with the introduction, then the educational qualification? How is the structured process to get the veterans? So those are the 5 P's that you need to be aware when you are conducting an interview. Right? So it is not for an interview, but it can be important for any other discussions as well. Okay? And so those things are additional information which you can try out with the other knowledge aspects as well, right? So write the topic as how to interview. How to interview. Under that, interviewing is interviewing. Interviewing is both an art and a science. Both an art and a science. Hence, how to interview is a technique that every HR professional should learn and try to implement. Right? Then you can copy the slide starting from here. The following 5 P's should be taken into consideration, and you can write down the 5 points. When you are writing the 5 points, please leave some space to describe this 5 P's, right? I'll be back in 2 minutes. So I hope you all have written the following 5 P's should be taken into consideration in order to ensure effective selection and interviewing. The first one, prepare. Prepare. Under that, interviewer should understand interviewer should understands The key elements of the job. Interviewer should understand the key elements of the job. Prior to the interview, prior to the interview, prior to the interview, interviewer interviewer should go through the CV of the candidate, should go through the CV of the candidate interviewer should go through the CV of the candidate for understanding the candidate's qualities. Second one, purpose. Under that, the interviewer should have knowledge the interviewer should have knowledge the interviewer should have knowledge about the purpose of the interview, the interviewer should have the knowledge about the purpose of the interview, why he is conducting it. Third one, performance. Performance. Under that, an interviewer must identify an interviewer must identify the attitude must identify the attitude, attributes, attributes, knowledge and skills knowledge and skills of the applicant of the applicants who are needed for the success of the organization. Who are needed for the success of the organization. Fourth one, people skills. People skills. People skills. Under that, it is the job of an interviewer It is the job of an interviewer to unmask the applicant to unmask the applicant and discover the inner qualities and discover the inner qualities and skills during the interview. Discover the inner qualities and skills during the interview. Fifth one, process. Process. Under that, every interviewer every interviewer should follow a structured interview process should follow a structured interview process Right. So that is that, right? How to interview. I hope up to this point everything is clear. Just read the note once again and see whether you all are comfortable with that, please. Right. So now we are going to learn the importance of an interview. Why conducting an interview is very much important. So these importance of interviews can be connected as they can be connected as the objectives of the interviews as well, right? So as you can remember, when I'm giving the note of introduction of the interviews, I gave you a note under objectives of basic objectives of the interviews as well. So we can connect those things also when we are learning on the importance of interviews as well, right? Of course, we will be able to learn more about the candidates, right? Not the information which contains in the CV, but as well as from when we are talking with person, we will be able to know what kind of a person who is this, right? And what are the things that this person carries on, what kind of an attitude, right? What are the qualifications or the skills that this person has. So we will be able to learn more about the candidates, right? And on the other part, the candidate also will get a chance to get to know about the job. He can ask questions. Okay, what are the duties and responsibilities that I have to perform, right? And what kind of organization is this? What is the salary that you all are paying, and what are the benefits that you all are paying? Likewise, applicant also will get a chance to talk with the interviewer, which is the organization, and he will be able to clarify on things as well, right? And the organizational point of view, he will be able to evaluate the performance of the candidate through some test, right, of his professional education, professional experience, professional qualifications. Likewise, the company will get a chance to evaluate on that as well, right? So as we discussed, it's all about exchanging ideas with two parties, that is interviewer and interviewee, right? So if the company wants to get a good candidate, an interview should happen. An interview has to be conducted, right? Because at the interview only, both parties will be able to get or exchange ideas on behalf of the organization as well as the details of the job profile as well, right? So that is the importance of conducting an interview, right? So please write the note as importance of an interview. First point, an interview provides an interview provides an organization an interview provides an organization the scope to learn more, the scope to learn more more about the applicants, about the applicants. About the applicants, comma, who come for an interview, who come for an interview who come for an interview, comma, while the applicants while the applicants while the applicants get an opportunity get an opportunity to become more familiar to become more familiar become more familiar with the demands of a with the demands of a given position. With the demands of a given position. Second point, interviews enable interviews enable both the parties both the parties to exchange information to exchange information exchange information, comma, ask questions and ask questions also help in evaluating and also help in evaluating evaluating the potential the potential for establishing for establishing a professional working relationship for establishing a professional working relationship with the organization with the organization. Third one, interviews help in interviews help in gathering a wide range of gathering a wide range of gathering a wide range of information a wide range of information about the applicants about the applicants about the applicants attitude, feelings, attitude, feelings, attitudes, feeling, and motivations motivations, comma, which in turn which in turn which in turn help in the which in turn help in the decision-making process decision-making process to hire the right candidates. To hire the right candidates. Decision-making process to hire the right candidates. Next one, the following points explain the following points explain the following points explain The importance of conducting interviews. The importance of conducting interviews. First point, under that first point, interviews help in interview helps in selecting the right candidate interviews help in selecting the right candidate from a group of applicants who applied for a job. Who applied for a job. Second one, information given in the application form or resume is very less. Is very less. Recruiters can ask the candidates to provide an elaborate explanation during the interview. Last one. A good interviewer gives good impression about the organization which in turn INTURN, right? In turn increases the goodwill of the organization. A good interviewer gives a good impression about the organization, which in turn increases the goodwill of the organization. Right. So that's it on the importance of the interviews. Right. So I hope up to this point everything is clear under interview stuff. Right. So next in line, we'll watch a video on interview types. Right. So I guess you saw what kind of a interview when looks like prepared and unprepared from the candidate's point of view, right? So after that, what we have to do is to learn on the interview types, right? So I'll be starting up that interview types with the next class, okay? So I hope everything is up to this point is very much clear for you all. If you have anything up like unclear, just reach me out through my email or we will discuss it in the next class, okay? Right, so thanks a lot for joining with me today, and please go through the recording and notes, complete your notes, as this recruitment and selection is a bit of an important part, important module in your syllabus. Therefore, please go through the recording and notes. And if you have clarifications, please reach me out. Right? So thanks a lot for joining with me. Hope to see you again in another class. Till we meet again, stay safe. May God bless you all. Thank you.